Every day we walk a path in life. Sometimes the way is clear and easy. Other times it may be difficult and hard to find your way. You can go where you please and travel far when you're young. But can you imagine what it will be like when you're older?
You mean when I have my birthday next year and I'm older?
How about after you've had 5 more birthdays or 10?
That's a long time, Dad. But I'll probably still be little and go hiking in the woods.
Like an elf?
An elf?
The little people who live in the woods.
Do you think there are elves in this wood, Dad?
Look around for signs.
What kind of signs?
Elves are very small and light on their feet, so they're hard to spot and follow. But you may find some signs of where they've been. A hollowed out tree, a hole in the ground.
Hey, there's a hole. Do you think elves live there?
Anything's possible, if you can imagine.
I see it, Dad, an elf.
An elf. Imagine that.
There was once a family that lived on the sidewalk in our neighborhood. 2 children and their parents. When the kids were very young, they enjoyed playing in their sidewalk square under the big oak tree. But as they grew, the space became smaller until the oldest child began to feel cramped.
I want my own square.
He told his parents one day.
I need more room, and I want to see the world.
The child's parents loved him very much. They wanted him to stay with them in the family's little sidewalk square, but they knew he would not be happy. So they gave their oldest child some things he would need and hugged him. He smiled and ran down the sidewalk until he found a nice square that he could make his own.
This will be my square.
The boy enjoyed having his own square. He was out from the square under the tree and enjoying the sun. But the sun was hot, and it made the sidewalk square very dry until one day it began to crack.
Uh-oh.
The boy's sidewalk square cracked and crumbled under the hot sun until it was a much smaller space for him. Then it began to rain. The boy did not like the rain. It was causing some problems. His chalk lines began to smear and wash away.
What's this? What's going on?
It wasn't so dry and hot in the family square, and there was never much rain because it was under a tree. The boy thought about this and decided he would run back to his family square. the boy came nearer to the family square, his parents rushed out to meet him and gave him a big hug.
I don't want to have my own square anymore,
said the boy to his parents. The boy's parents welcomed him back and even prepared a square for him right next to the family square that he could have for his own.
Go away! You probably haven't heard a fish story like this before. It's about Krabby Gabby and the fairy godfish. Gabby stood in front of a mirror every day talking to himself. It made him feel very important, like he was the only one in the world. But Gabby was not the only one in the world. One day, there was a knock on his door. Outside, Gabby found a little puffer blowing bubbles. Go away, snapped Gabby. Don't you know I'm busy?
You seem crabby to me,
said the little puffer. Gabby slammed the door shut and went back to the mirror to talk some more. Soon there was another knock on the door. A wiggly purple eel pout was out flipping about in the water. Come flip around in the water with me, said the eel pout. Go away, snapped Gabby. I'm crabby. Gabby slammed the door shut again and started back to the mirror when there came a third knock. This time, Gabby came face to face with a shining starfish. Go away, snapped Gabby. I'm your fairy godfish, said the little star, and I'm here to help you understand something. I don't understand why you won't go away, snapped Gabby. You can't understand anything when you're so busy snapping at everyone, replied the star. And with that, it burst into a shower of sparkles that touched Gabby with a magic spell. Gabby shook and took a look to see big pincers where there had been fins. The waves rolled back, and there was a little crab hiding under a rock on the beach. It was Gabby. Now Gabby had really become crabby, and he felt that way too. Walking along the beach, trying to snap up food with those big pincers. It was a struggle. Gabby had to think more and talk less. As Gabby struggled along one day, the wiggly purple eel pout flipped high out of the water and landed on the beach. At first, Gabby snapped his big pincers loudly and told the eel pout to get back in the water. Go, go, go! But the eel pout couldn't. It just flopped around and coughed at the little crab. The wiggly eel pout was struggling, just like Gabby. So Gabby decided to help. Gabby's big pincers carefully held the eel pout as he carried it out to the shoreline and flipped it back into the water. Suddenly, there was a flash of light and the shining starfish appeared again in a shower of sparkles. As the sparkles touched Gabby, a gentle wave washed up on the beach, and the little crab slipped into the water to become a fish once more. Back in the water, Gabby was nearing his home when he saw the little puffer outside blowing bubbles and the wiggly purple eel pout doing flips. The two fish stopped what they were doing and looked at Gabby, waiting for him to snap at them. But Gabby wasn't crabby anymore, and he didn't feel like snapping. Instead, he did a flip in the water and blew a small bubble. The puffer and the eel pout both smiled, and Gabby laughed. Gabby introduced himself and found that talking with his new friends was much more fun than talking to himself in front of a mirror.
Welcome to another white and wonderful winter morning. The world is awaking to a beautiful work of art today because the tree branches and bushes have all been frosted with sparkling crystals of ice. Yes, Jack Frost has been hard at work through the early morning hours painting every branch.
Excuse me, but there is no one by the name of Jack Frost who paints all the tree branches.
Well, who does it then?
Frost is a natural phenomenon that occurs when water vapor in the air condenses into solid ice crystals on cold surfaces. It's similar to the formation of dew, with the difference that the temperature of the object on which the frost forms is well below freezing.
But it's such a beautiful white paint job.
The ice crystals are actually clear, but appear white because they scatter light in different directions. Multiple layers of these interlocking ice crystals may even be mistaken for snow, not paint.
So, you're saying it's not Jack Frost?
I tell you, this is hoar frost. A frost that occurs when water vapor, such as fog, touches a very cold surface and freezes on it instantly. It typically happens in areas along rivers, when the air gets very cold and fog or mist rising from the water freezes on the trees. It's called hoar frost because it creates the illusion of the white hair of an elderly person. The word hoar comes from a Proto-Germanic term for venerable or old, and is still used in the German language as the title of respect. Her.
Then who is that over there painting that tree?
Probably a person confused by your story. Excuse me, good sir. Who are you and what are you doing? So, your name is Frost. And you're painting the trees? Oh, good grief.
As I was saying, Jack Frost has been hard at work through the early morning hours painting every branch.